Hey guys, this is Young Dakota here, and I tried to call into Zach's show tonight. Unfortunately, I was unable to get on. Um, there were some good calls by other people. I called in at like 8 o'clock, so the callers at the end took a bit of a long time. But I'll tell you what I was planning on sharing. I was planning on sharing my experience in quarantine. So, if you don't know, I flew up to Canada on it was the Sunday before the last Sunday. So that was, I think it was November 8th, I believe. I flew up to Canada, and since I've got here, the government of Canada mandates that people entering the country must remain in quarantine for 2 weeks. So I am currently in quarantine right now. Um, and luckily I'm in this, it's quite a nice house. It's in an Airbnb. I'm in Victoria. That's the city I'm in. And yeah, I've been inside my house. I'm currently on, I think this is day 10, going on 11, and I'll be able to go out of my house on Sunday. So some of the aspects of quarantine, um, there's no yard really. I mean, there's like a little grass patch in the front yard, but really not much. It's a basketball hoop. I haven't gotten in much physical activity, especially because there's been a lot of work to do, college applications. Been trying to figure out what to do with that. I'm a senior in high school, so it's a pretty busy year, and I've just kind of lacked the motivation. I also find it kind of ironic that they're keeping everybody inside to quarantine, yet one of the best things that you can do, and a lot of people haven't mentioned this, but to prevent severe cases, having sufficient vitamin D is really important, and one of the best sources of vitamin D is the sun. Granted, the sun hasn't been out a lot. It's rained pretty much like every day since I've been here, but it would still be nice for me to be able to go outside and do that. So yeah, I haven't really worked out that much. My sleep schedule has been kind of screwed over, and yeah. But luckily, I'm in a big house, so there's a bit of waiting room. I've been short on materials, so I had to borrow my brother's graph paper. There's no real good work area, so it's kind of hard to get my work done sometimes. There's no desk in my room, so I'm often doing my work on the floor. My room, it's just a complete mess right now because there's just a bunch of loose paper, and the clothes are just everywhere, and the textbooks. So yeah, it's a little bit crazy what's going on. Um, and just to give you an update on why I didn't do the Week 10 picks besides the Monday Night Football game, is I just had a lot of work. I had a this mini lab I wasn't able to do yet. This is a bunch of work. I had statistics work due. I had war literature work due. I have to read 3 chapters after that. I had a laboratory report due. I had a problem set due. Um, I had philosophy reading due and questions. It's been a lot of work this senior year, so I'm doing that. You gotta keep in mind that I'm not doing this full time. Someone like Zach, they're doing this full time, and I'm doing this for free. So, my picks. There's only so much time I'm able to invest into them. I mean, if you're someone like Zach, you can look into each individual player and see who's going to have a big game, what numbers line up, and especially if the riddles, I only really have time to plug in the gematria values, and unless it's like a big story or on the NFL Instagram, I just don't have the time to look out the specific stories for each game, especially considering that there's, you know, what, like 12 games each week. It's just crazy. So I don't have the time to do that. But I try to do the best job I can. And I think it was more than 12. It was like 14 games a week. So yeah, I try to do the best job I can.